Hi. How you doing? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, and I'm the host of this group, Art Fueled Life, Quantity. I like that word, quantity. If you're watching in the replay, then do me a favor and let me know that you're here in the replay. Put a hashtag. Put a comment. Do a thing. Do a dance. Crimson. Hello. Now it's hello. Hello. Not Ellie. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you. So replay people put a hashtag. I am in the hashtag. I am in the replay. Hashtag. I am not Crimson because I'm here. Unless you are Crimson watching in the replay, in which case, hello again, Crimson. Now you got to watch it in the replay. You gotta go back and watch the first couple minutes just to see me say hello to you one more time. First comment, yes, and second comment. Look at that. So if you're joining live with Crimson, then you can start commenting. You can comment the whole time that I am going. I really like when people comment while I'm doing my spiel, because what happens is I ignore the comments. I don't read them while I'm doing my thing. But when you guys comment, I hear a click, and that click lets me know people are still here, and I like hearing the clicks while I'm doing my spiel. It just lets me know that I'm not alone. So it's lonely here. I'm looking at a black lens. That's all I see is just nothing. In fact, this light is so bright, and I can barely even see the camera. But I can make out the words in my spiel. So let me see. Crimson's here. Hello. First comment. Hello. Bobby says Marsha. Hello, Marsha. How are you? Nice to see you. And Helly is my giggly welcome. Oh, we're not giggly today? Okay. Well, we're past the 2-minute mark, so let us get started and let's go. Reparent your inner child. What do I mean by that? We grow up. We have our parents, and our parents do their best, and then we grow up and we become adults. Except that there are parts of us that remain inner children. Parts of us that don't grow up, parts of us that have trauma associated with certain things, parts of us that just aren't catching up to speed, and those parts of you that no matter what you do, you always seem to end up in the same place, or you always do it wrong, or whatever. That's that inner child part of you. That's like I think of it as the adolescent part that didn't really that's still bratty and wants to kind of do things their own way. My buddy Landon says that we all have a 5-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 40-year-old in us. And even if you're younger than 40, but you're an adult, it's like the 40-year-old is the parent, the adult, the observer. The 5-year-old is the 5-year-old with crayons, that part of you that just wants to play and live your authentic dream. And that's the part that comes out of us in art when we're doing our art and we're in the zone. That's when the 5-year-old is active. But the 14-year-old is a pain in the ass, and is the part that is the equivalent of when you were in junior high school or whatever, and you thought you knew it all, and you had to do everything your own way, and it's your ego. It's the part of you that is trying to protect you from getting hurt and bullied in the schoolyard. And sometimes that inner child can get in the way and need to be reparented. Except now you're a grown-up, so you have to do it yourself. You can't go back to your parents and tell them, "Hey, fix this." Their job's over. Now it's up to you. So here's the deal. I'm going to talk about this in terms of me, and you can figure out like what parts I'm talking about me apply to you. I'm just going to use me as an example, but we all have these things, but the thing that, my inner child messes me up on might not be the thing that your inner child messes you up on, but you probably know, oh, yeah, I have that, except it's with this thing. So you'll get this, right? So here's the thing. I'm going to talk about business, first of all, but this is not necessarily a business daily fuel. This can be applied to anything, except I've been noticing this with my business endeavors throughout my life. and it goes something like this. A bunch of people are just jumping on. Let me just to recap. We have an inner child. He didn't grow up. We got to fix it. Let's go. Here we go. So for me, I am a branding person, and when I want to create a brand for myself, when I want to invent myself in a certain way, it's very easy for me because I understand that a brand is just energy. A brand is just what other people think of me, and I can create and craft what they think of me based on what I think of myself and the way that I present myself. A case in point, I decided that I wanted to start a Facebook group and for artists that were spiritual people and talk to them, and lo and behold, here we are. And I remember the first day that I started this group. It was back in September. It hasn't even been a year yet, and I started the group, and on the first day that the group was open, I had some posts in there that I had gotten ready for a couple of weeks beforehand. I opened the doors, I let everybody in, and I did a daily fuel that day. And I did the daily fuel that day as if we had been doing daily fuel every day for years. I just was like, hey, welcome to daily fuel. I'm Bobby, and here's the group, and blah, this is what it's about. And I just did it because I knew who I am, and it's very easy for me. Then it gets to parts that that's when my 5-year-old with crayons is really shining. That's when my 40-year-old is driving the car and the 5-year-old is doing his thing, and the 14-year-old is like, I'm cool with this. I'm using my friend's terminology here, but to use our terminology, it's like the inner child is okay with that because my inner child, my adolescent child, was never injured or burned in that realm. Okay, put it that way. Then it came to the business side of the business, the making money part of the business. Creating what it is and putting it out there, that's easy for me. Marketing it and getting to the sales part, that was always harder for me because what happened is I didn't have a fallback that seemed authentic. So what I did was I would try it everybody else's way. When it came to branding, I've never really learned other people's branding techniques, it just came naturally to me. I was just like, I know exactly how to set myself up and position myself so that I am seen as this, and I am the expert in this, and boom. Anytime I decide this is what I want to do, it just happens. And I don't think about it, I don't worry about it, and it always works. Then I try to sell something, and I was like, well, I don't really know. Naturally, I don't really know how to do that, and so let me see what this person does. And I'll say, oh, look, they're selling a course on how to sell your stuff. Let me try that. And let me try being a coach, and let me try making websites for people. And let me try doing this, and let me try doing that. And one thing after another would just always end up in me trying other people's models, other people's way of doing it, and it would get bloated and cumbersome. It would be like it just didn't work for me, And I knew going in, I was like, I don't know that I really want to do that to make money, but I guess that's what you got to do, so let me do it, And what would happen is, instead of manifesting a successful business that I wanted, at the level that I was aiming for, I would end up manifesting a lot of frustration, noticing that I would be lacking in time, always lacking in time, always behind the 8 ball on time, right? And oftentimes lacking in money as well, like getting a client project and then realizing that I bid too low for it, or there wasn't enough money for it, or I'm not getting enough clients for what I need, or it's just not growing to the level that I want, or I'm hitting a ceiling because I can't take on any more clients. I don't physically have the time and ability to take on more clients to make more money, because every time I take on a client, now I got to do all this crappy work I don't want to do. That's what it manifested as. So as I'm talking to my friend Landon yesterday, because if you don't know what who I'm talking about, he is a good friend of mine. We have a mastermind talk every Friday, just the two of us, and we rap about our businesses. We don't rap. We talk about our businesses, and we give each other advice, and we listen, and blah blah blah. And this is on Fridays. So I was saying that I'm launching this thing for Quantasy, and here I have the group, and the group is just growing and flowing, and the group is branding. The group is me branding myself and creating a presence, creating that stage to stand on, creating the auditorium and the place for all of us to be and to just do our thing. And then this Quantasy thing that I'm building, that's the sales part. And I just went, so the group and everything that I'm building in the branding realm, it's like, wow, look at this. It's amazing. It's perfect. It's just flowing out of me. Now let me try and sell something. Right? It's like I take this big pile of crap and I just go like, here guys, let's try this. And it doesn't fit because it's somebody else's model. It's somebody else's thing. It's like I never tried my own thing. And then I'm thinking to myself, what is my own thing? This is where I came up with these words that I came up with yesterday. I haven't even gotten to my 3 things yet. I'm going to get to them. I'm going to go through them quickly. But the build-up is the main part of this talk today. And the thing that is the thing is that I realized that when I'm doing my thing, when I'm branding myself my way, it is simple and elegant. It just comes out that way. It's very simple. It's not convoluted. I'm not trying to do a million things. It's like it's one thing. It's me, right? When I made Planet Bonehead, that TV show, the main character was me. It was an alter ego of me. And now I'm making my graphic novel, and the main character is an alter ego of me. I'm just constantly telling my story in different ways. And it is so easy for me to do that because I don't have to think about it. It just flows naturally from me, and I can do it in different artistic ways, and I love doing it. But when it comes to the marketing and sales part, I never thought to ask myself, well, what would be the equivalent of that? What if this is simple and elegant and just flows, then what would be simple and elegant and just flow in this realm? Because there's something I just never thought to look for it. I never thought to ask the little kid inside of me with crayons, like, what's simple and elegant? What can we draw? What can we make? What can just flow from us? Instead, I'd be like, what's that guy doing? Let me try that. And I hate it, right? And then you start feeling the lack of time and the lack of money, and then you start to feel all frustrated and angry, and you have arguments with people. And so I'm using me and my business as an example, but this could be you and your art. It could be you and your relationships. It could be you and your marriage, or you and your children, or you and your parents, or you and anything that you care about that isn't working out because you're not doing it your way, you're doing it somebody else's way. So when you're feeling that and you're realizing, wow, this sucks, here are the 3 things. I'm going to go through them quickly. Number 1 is you have to recognize that it is your ego, that it is your inner child. So if you're feeling a lack of something, if you're feeling that frustration, if you're feeling like, why isn't this working? It's your ego trying to get you to do something that is not your way because it doesn't believe that you have a way. But look at that guy. That guy's got a way. Let's try that. It worked for them. We have to do that. And that's what happens. So there's maybe this adolescent child part of you has been wounded in some way or traumatized, or we got burned before. Remember we did that thing and we got burned. Now we have to do it this way. And it follows you around, and that's why sometimes we feel stuck in something. It's like every time I try this, it just doesn't work out. I end up in the same crappy place. And this is why. So that's number 1, is you have to recognize that that's what the problem is that it's your ego trying to protect you from something. And now you have to sort of ask yourself, well, what is the elegant way? For me, the words are simple and elegant. For you, they might not be those words, but you have to kind of figure out what your words are. So, and that's what point 2 is. You have to start soothing the ego and usually if there's a screaming child in your head or in your house, you just want to be, oh, shut the fuck up, Jesus, knock it off. I don't want to hear this. It's like you don't want to argue with yourself anymore. You don't want to hear this crap from yourself anymore. But that's not what you need. What you need is to nurture it and soothe it and just let it know, hey, it's okay. We've got this. We can figure this out. We've tried it these other people's ways before, or we've tried doing it the way that we think people expect expect us to behave before, or we've tried it the way that they told us to do it, even though we kind of felt like, I don't know, I guess let me try, and so for me, realizing that trying my business and trying business models that were just other people's business models wasn't working for me, and they were constantly getting bloated and cumbersome and convoluted and just, you know and I realized my branding is always simple and elegant. When I'm doing something that works, it's simple and elegant, and those are the words that I came up with for myself. And so now I'm asking, and this is part number 3, what is the simple and elegant solution? What would be, if this part of my life works, and this part of my life works, and this part of my life works, and they're always swimmingly beautiful? Yeah, I have good days and bad days, but for the most part, everything just moves nicely there. And look how simple and elegant my solutions are. And then I'm trying this thing over here, and every time I try it, it's somebody else's solution, and it looks like a big pile of dog shit sitting in my living room. It's like, why do I have this thing here? It's like, why am I doing it like this? What would be let me get rid of that. What would be the simple and elegant solution to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish? And so that's what I'm working on now. And it doesn't matter what it is, but you need to ask yourself, what is the simple and elegant solution for you? Or what is you have to find the words for you. Anyway, so this is what I'm working on now, and I would like to see what you guys think about it. Let's go to the comments. Who's here? Helly. Dagmar is tired. Yeah, it's late there, right? Thanks for showing up. I appreciate that. Nice to see you. And Nathan's here. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Nice to see you. Crimson, yes, my 14-year-old ego gets in the way. Yeah, she does, right? Or he does, or however you think of it. And again, they're like you have to treat it like it's a child, like it is a 14-year-old bratty kid who's scared. That's really what it is the ego is afraid. And when something is afraid, it needs to be nurtured and soothed, not told to shut up or go sit in a corner or go be quiet. That doesn't work, because they'll go be quiet, but it'll simmer, they'll get angry and mad and more scared. And then the next time it comes time to do this thing, that same solution will come up, because the afraidness, the fear is still there. Afraidness, that's a new word. I arrived. Hello. You can stop clapping now. Hello, Karina. How are you? Nice to see you on Daily Fuel. It's like all of your states of being line up and you're open to source energy. Yeah, right. So when you can soothe the 14-year-old, then you've got the child part of you and the adolescent part of you and the adult part of you all working together. Then that's right. That's exactly it. That's like source energies. It's everything. Everybody's lined up and the energy is just flowing through you. That's a good thing. Oh, I see a giant essay coming. Let me make this small here so that, see, look at that. I'm thinking ahead now, because I know you guys. I still don't understand why this program does this, but whatever. Dagmar says, inner child and parents are so in need in all of us. What is it that they need? If we find that and a way to reave it, we have golden keys towards transforming the repeating patterns in our lives. We struggle with this is immense. And you have many ways. I have an inner safe spot that's a TP I can travel to. You can let your child write a letter or draw. Mine wrote, I want to live, I want to play, I want friends. By the way, we have more than one inner child. Haha. Too much to type. Yeah, so what you're saying is, and by the way, there's no right or wrong way to do this. I like what she's talking about here. So she's saying, so when she's imagining nurturing this inner child of hers. We have multiple ones, right? So you can think of it any way you like. My friend thinks of it as a 5-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 40-year-old, but you can think of it at multiple stages, right? If that works more for you. So what Dagmar is saying is that when some part of her inner child ladder, whatever, is acting up, is feeling afraid, is feeling in need of attention, she has created a like mental place to go to, a teepee, right, to sort of sit and meditate with that part of her and to soothe it. And so you can think of it any way that works for you. You can think of it as like, let's go on a camping trip, or let's go take a nap, or let's have a game of cards and just talk it out. It's like any way that works for you works. So, and again, if it doesn't work for you, then you're doing it somebody else's way and it doesn't work for you. You've got to find the way that works for you. Karina, why all the way over there? Karina, with blogging, it was a great door into a career, but it wasn't my road, not my passion. Boring. Maybe my teen self is the jaded me. LOL. Oh, okay. This is really, really good point. So, trying to break into a career, trying to make a name for yourself, either in business or in a job or whatever, and one of the ways. Right, a lot of entrepreneurs want to market themselves and put themselves out there, and people would always ask me, how do I get found on Google? How do I make it so that I get found on Google? And I would tell them, look, you're not really going to like the answer. Probably is one of the things that you're going to have to do is create content all the time, And for me, creating content is fun. I enjoy it. I love making videos. I love doing this. I make content every day, But a lot of people don't like to. So Karina tried blogging. It's boring, she thought, Well, there are plenty of people who are like, oh, check it out. I started writing a blog and I wrote an article a week, and a year later I was like, I had clients coming out of my ass. And it's like, well, good for you. Let me try that. Wow, do I freaking hate this. It's like it doesn't work. It works as a tactic, but that the tactic that works for this person isn't always going to work for this person. Not because the tactic is bad, but because the energy doesn't match. And blogging didn't match for Karina. I would not expect that most people would start a Facebook group and do daily Facebook Lives like this. This is a weird thing to do, but it works for me, and I found the thing that was simple and elegant for me. This would be bloated and convoluted and weird, and I can't stand this for most other people. What did you do a lot of as a child? What made you the happiest? What brought you joy? What was your thing you were naturally good in? Yep. Each of us has this, and that's our thing. And about the money, I will repost a link later under this post, a video about money and manifestation. Listen in softness to all that comes up. Breathe and know you are doing amazing. It's a stage that is part of the alchemy of life. You are finding the gold in yourself. That's beautiful. The thing about it, the parts of me that have always come naturally and that I find to be simple and elegant are the parts of me that I've always been good at. And the parts of me that I find are bloated and convoluted, these are my words. You can find your own words. So these are the things that are simple and elegant, the things that are good. Right? What word for good can you use that it's like, wow, when I am just me, it feels like this. Simple and elegant might not do it for you, right? And when I'm not being simple and elegant, when I'm not being me, it feels bloated. And when I say bloated, to me, that means like literally my solution just has so many moving parts that it's just like I can't follow it anymore. It's like, wow, in order for me to market and make sales, I have to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and it's like I forgot to do the first thing, and I'm supposed to do that every Tuesday, and I forgot, and it's bloated, it's convoluted, it's cumbersome, it doesn't feel right. Simple and elegant is just like I don't even have to think about it. I just float down the path. When I was a kid, everything I did was simple and elegant because I just floated down the path until I was told to start doing things that didn't fit into what I was great at anymore. School was kind of easy for me, but for a lot of kids, it's not. And that's where the simple and elegant path hits a brick wall. For me, it was trying to figure out how to do a lot of other things in life, and especially in business when it came to the marketing and the sales part. Not so much the marketing part, the content creation and stuff, but really the running of the business part. Kirsten's here. Hi. How you doing? I try to be loving with confidence. I try to find ways to engage my ego in a fun and enriching way. That's cool. Yeah. However works for you. Maybe your ego doesn't need to be treated like a little kid and, given an ice cream cone and rubbed on the shoulder or anything like that. Maybe it's more of a pep talk. Maybe it's more of anything. It doesn't matter. If you find the thing that works for you that makes you feel better, you have found the thing that works. Dagmar. Inner baby, toddler, kid, teen need different approaches. Some don't even want to talk. I, by the way, talk with my heart, and I studied for children teacher. So I had a lot of developmental psychology. I also dated a psychologist for 7 years. It all showed me the inner kids are the bigger ways to change all of what blocks us. Also to free our life energy, to see the wonders, to create close to source. Perfect. The place works best if it feels really safe. I like that. You need to create a safe space for this part of you. And the reason that he or she is acting up inside of you is because they don't feel safe. They feel threatened. They feel threatened. And you need to create a safe space for them. You're the grown-up. We need to reparent this part of ourselves. You are the grown-up that can say, hey, I got this for a little while. You don't have to worry about this. Let me do it for a little while. Just sit back and relax. We're going to try this the good way. Simple and elegant. Good. Your words. Karina. Yes, back to my blog. Sorry, we got off topic, Karina. We'll stay on your stuff the rest of the time. Yes, back to my blog. It grew rapidly. I was fairly successful in the fiber arts world, but it definitely wasn't my true desire. Interesting, right? Crocheting and explaining it, the actual communication and trying to be social was not very exciting. It was fun for the first few years, but once I reached my personal goals, the only ways to keep growing were not appealing. I just wanted it gone, sold, out of sight. Never crocheting or writing pattern for income again. It was misery. Yeah, that's what happens, and that's what would happen. It's like you start off on a decent path. This is you're probably saying exactly what I'm talking about here. Is that in my business I would start off on a path. Wow, I love doing art. I'm going to be an artist. This is going to be amazing. Yeah. Wow, how could I be an artist, And then somebody's like, well, you could make websites, and I like technology. I liked all of the stuff, and I liked learning about websites, and at first it was a lot of fun. But then the next thing you know, it's like, well, now another person wants one, and now you've got like 10 to do, and it's like, and now it's not art anymore. Now it's tedious work, and it's like, and then you get the phone call, my email's not working, right? And it's like, now I'm fixing email for people. This isn't art anymore. What the hell, And so for you, it went from like, it sounds like it went from, I'm an artist and I'm talking about art, to now I have to like look up patterns about something I don't even care about. Who cares, right? Meanwhile, there are people who would love to write about that. Dagmar, you need a T. A what? A tie? What do I need? And you have one. We can all... A team? A team? I don't know what that means. I know what a team is. I don't know what word that's supposed to be. And this creation of you, it's amazing. I see this writing history in the now. Haha, I know you are a special soul. We are a team. Yes, a team. Let me start over. You need a team, and you have one. We can all help you, Bobby. I got it now. I understand. Yes, you guys really are my team. It's like I'm feeling my way through things, and I'm putting things out there, and I'm getting wonderful feedback, but I'm also getting support, and I'm getting encouragement, and I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like we're all lifting each other up, you know. Yeah, I've created a safe space where you can explore this and explore that and put this out there and put that out there, and you guys can do all of that, but guess who else is doing it, right? So I see this writing history in the now. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I really, really do. You needed all those experiences. The less I try, I just flow, the better all flows in my life. And Maya Sabine shared great things about this topic also. I don't know who that is. That's, I'll have to look that up. Whew. Yeah, you know, it's interesting, and I'm glad that I hit upon this. I was talking with Landon yesterday, and I realized, you know, I'm trying to create something in my business for this group, and I was doing it in a bloated and convoluted way, and I said, I just need to sort of, I've got the product, but I just need to pull it back a little bit and present it in a more elegant way, in a more simple way, in a more Bobby way. And when I do that, then it will be golden. That's that. Let's all share inner kid drawings to you, Bobby. Okay, you want to draw me? Or let's all share inner kid drawing you to Bobby. Do it. I'd love to see that. That'd be great. Weird, my comments disappeared. Oh, did they? Wait a minute. Time out. Did I skip you? Were you commenting? Look at that. This happens, Aubrey, sometimes. Sorry about that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to find your comments. I'll read them. I have them on my phone. They're not showing up here. I must have logged on wrong. I don't know what you did. It's not you. It happens to Amy sometimes. It drives her crazy. I don't care so much about that. Sorry, Amy. No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing you, Amy, because I know you're watching in the replay. But let me see what Aubrey said. I'll read it real quick. Aubrey, you just joined like a minute ago. Didn't you just join the group like a minute ago? Aubrey, hello. Nice to see you on Daily Fuel. Welcome to the group. My inner child, this is Aubrey. It didn't show up on here. Aubrey says, my inner child is insecure and thinks it needs to be either perfect or not try, because only perfect will earn my family's love. Be perfect or be invisible. Wow, is that powerful and vulnerable? Thank you for sharing that. And you're absolutely right. You know, for me, it was, let me try these other people's marketing or business models, because I didn't trust that I could do it simple and elegant. I couldn't do it the Bobby way, and I didn't trust it. So I would just try other people's way. But luckily, I didn't have anyone forcing me to do that. But what your inner child is feeling is like, man, I just want to be me. But if I want anyone to love me, then I have to follow along with the path that was set for me. And that is equally detrimental. So kudos to you for sharing that, for recognizing that. That was step number one, is to recognize that, and now just work to soothe that, because you know what, you don't have to. And Aubrey said click. Thanks, I like hearing the clicks. Aubrey again says, my inner child is love starved and screams, am I lovely? Even though as an adult I have love in my life, my inner child is afraid of a lot of my art and or anything too vulnerable, because what if it's ugly? What if people find us or our art or our heart ugly? Wow. You're just jumping in with both feet in here, aren't you? This is wonderful. Yeah, Aubrey, that's exactly it. And we've actually spoken about this quite often on Daily Fuel, is that, you know, a lot of times we do things because we think it's what we need to do to be appreciated, to be accepted, to be loved. But the real answer is that when you learn to give that to yourself first, then what happens is you start to attract people around you who will vibe with that energy and give that to you as well. It's difficult when the people who are already not giving it to you are your family, because you're not gonna like suddenly attract new sisters and brothers and parents and cousins or anything like that, so I feel your pain, but you still have to give it to yourself first and teach the ones around you the way to treat you correctly. Wow, such really, really powerful. Thanks for sharing these. Let me see what else she said. Aubrey, I love your energy and spunk. You have a fun vibe. Well, thank you. I love your energy and spunk. Thanks for joining the group. Weird, and then you started showing up. Okay, wow. And look at all these new comments. All right, so then you started showing up. Weird, my comments disappeared. You might just have not... you're in now. Put it that way. I must have even logged... No, thank you. I got off and back on. This is a great... Oh, you got off and back... Okay, so that... Yeah, something didn't click right for you. Yes, Aubrey, I so get that. Hi, Donna. How are you? One of my superhero powers is to see one's potential. I just need to talk, have conversation with someone. If you like, I'll make you a private message. If you're talking to me, that's fine. If you're talking to... I think you're talking to me. So, yes, absolutely. I'd love to talk to you. Crimson, will be working on reparenting my egotistical inner self and break the chain of lies that I told myself. Good. You can do it. You can definitely do it. Mello, hello, Robin. How are you? Nice to see you. Oh crap! Not again. Yep, you're here. I know. I made it a half an hour early. You know why? My wife and I are going out on a date tonight, and I thought it'd be nice if we weren't late for our dinner reservations. So it's what I gotta do. Facebook user. Let me see. Hang on. Who's this? This is Last Wish. Hello, you just joined today also, did you not? Nice to see you. Yeah, you didn't see the eCam link. It's okay, I'll tag you, but let's see what you have to say. Can I do... Oh, look at that, I can do that. Excellent. Okay, so here's what happens when you don't click that link. I don't know who you are, but luckily I have my phone going. All right, so Last Wish, is that your name? Probably not, but that's okay. I think I have multi-dimensional personalities when I wear my special top hat that allows me to choose characters for movies. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. It's like I have a whole galaxy in my hat when I put my phone in there because it fits perfectly against the back wall, which when I do so, it's teleporting me there, and the feeling is so real. Other than movies, I could listen to music as I wear my top hat, and I feel like I'm at a concert because the surround is so good and you could feel the vibrations, radiance. There's so much more, but I can't give out all my secrets. So that's interesting. So you have found a method with which to mentally transport yourself into a movie, into a concert, into like your own virtual reality in the spirit realm. That's fantastic. That's amazing. Somebody else could try it and it doesn't work because that's your way of doing it. But good for you. That's really fantastic. Well said. Yes, well said. I'm sure that whatever I said was well said. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, here's what happens, Aubrey, is by the time I read your comment, I have no idea what you're talking about. So, thank you. You're welcome. Donna, I'm great, thank you. And you, how are you? Me? I'm good. Thanks. Woo, yes. Aubrey is very what's the word? Agreeable today. Thank you. Speaking to you, Bobby. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's the last comment. So here's something you may not know, is that the last commenter on Daily Fuel every day gets the booby prize. And right now, the last commenter, Aubrey, is you. So unless somebody, and unfortunately Donna's here today, so she's probably going to sneak in and steal it from you. But if she doesn't, let's see, there it is. Booby. Right? Last Wish says, you're so right and spot on how I feel. Thank you. Is that... Yes, again. Yeah, Donna, get there's newbies here today. Give them a chance. Don't just knock them. She's like beating them with sticks. You're new. Get out of here. So there is no prize. You're not getting anything. But yeah, so you get the booby prize when you're the last commenter. So Aubrey, if you comment again, look at that. There's Aubrey again. Booby. Oh, Last Wish is getting in on it. But you missed it because Aubrey, they're trying to take the booby from me. No, they're not gonna. You got it. Thank you. Bye.